The Shadows of Hollowmere Asylum. Before we start, like and subscribe my channel for more amazing stories. In the heart of the forgotten town of Hollowmere stood the remains of an asylum, sealed shut since the year 1962. Locals whispered that the screams never stopped. They just got quieter over time. The building was known for its twisted halls and its even darker history. But what most people didn't know was that Hollowmere Asylum had one wing that was never marked on any blueprint, the East Wing. And in that wing, something waited. Detective Mira Lang had seen some terrifying cases in her years, but nothing had prepared her for the call she received one rainy evening. 3 teenagers had gone missing after breaking into Hollowmere on a dare. Their friends only found their phones, screens shattered, and still recording. Each video ended with the same haunting sound, metal scraping across concrete, and a voice whispering numbers backward. Mira, determined to find them, suited up with her flashlight, radio, and recorder. She entered the asylum just before midnight, accompanied by local officer Daryl Knox. The front doors groaned open, and the air inside was thick, stale, and cold. The walls were covered in peeling wallpaper, and every footstep echoed like a warning. They made it to the main hall, where the tiles were black and white like a twisted chessboard. Faint footsteps echoed from nowhere. Mira shone her light down the corridor. Something moved at the end. A flicker. A shadow. They followed the trail of the teenagers. Candy wrappers, a dropped phone, smeared fingerprints on the dusty windows. Then they found the hidden door. It was behind a broken bookshelf in the records room. The East Wing. A narrow stairway led downward into pitch-black darkness. The scent of rust and rot filled the air. They descended. The stairwell ended at a locked gate, rusted but intact. Mira used a bolt cutter. The moment it snapped open, the lights flickered, even though the building had no power. Inside the East Wing, rooms lined the hallway with heavy iron doors. Strange symbols were etched into the walls. Some looked like runes. Others resembled tally marks, countless of them. Then came the first scream. It echoed from room 13. Mira kicked the door open. Inside was a small padded cell with writing all over the walls. It was in charcoal and fingernail scratches. The phrase repeated again and again, "Do not answer the knock. Do not look at its eyes." Suddenly, a knock came from the other side of the room. 3 slow knocks. Mira and Daryl turned to see another door they hadn't noticed. A second knock, and then the door creaked open. Inside stood a tall figure with no face, just skin stretched smooth over bone. Its head tilted as if curious. Its long arms twitched as it stepped forward. Daryl fired his weapon. The bullets passed through the creature like smoke. Mira grabbed Daryl's arm and ran. As they fled, lights exploded behind them. The creature moved without sound, appearing at the end of each hallway they turned into, always watching, never running. They finally reached the old surgery room and barricaded the door. Inside, they found the teenagers, pale, frightened, alive, but unable to speak. They pointed to the far wall. There, in red chalk, were the names of every patient who ever died in Hollowmere. And at the very bottom, new names were being written. Slowly, letter by letter, Daryl's name appeared first, then Mira's. The creature began knocking again. Louder now. Boom! 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 Mira noticed the names stopped writing the moment someone covered the wall with their body. She stood in front of it, screaming for Daryl to cover the teenagers. The creature's knocking grew erratic. Suddenly, everything went silent. The doors burst open. The creature stepped in, but Mira stared it down. She refused to look away, refused to blink. And then it stopped. The creature began to tremble. A final knock echoed, and then it collapsed into ash, vanishing into the cracks of the asylum. The names on the wall faded. The silence returned. By dawn, the building collapsed. Authorities said the structure gave out. No trace of the East Wing was ever found again. But Mira knew what she saw. The town of Hollowmere erased the asylum from its records. Locals never spoke of it again, and yet, every year on the 13th of November, the anniversary of its sealing, people report hearing knocks coming from the forest where it once stood. 3 knocks, always 3.